So, now for tasting. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to taste our principal range. Principal range is everything really that's available on an ongoing basis. So we're going to taste the 12, the 15, the 18, Cigar Malt Reserve, King Alexander, 25-year-old, and then we've got something special for you at the end, which we'll keep a secret till then, just in case any of you were thinking of leaving halfway through, okay? That's my little trick to keep you here till the end, okay? All right, so Dalmore 12 years. Right, so I know a lot of you know this as well, but we'll just do quickly the nosing procedure. We always use these glasses. They're called Copita glasses, and they are the perfect glasses for nosing and tasting whiskey. We always hold whiskey glasses at the bottom, not like brandy, we don't want to warm it up. Bottom of the glass, give it a good swirl, get rid of any residue that might be inside the glass. I'm not going to do a Richard and throw this away because I must be more Scottish than he is. I'm going to drink mine, okay? So get it right round the glass, and then we're going to put our nose in and give it a really good nosing, all right? So it's up to you how often you do it, but we recommend once. Take it away, and then on either side of the nose. I can't do it with this one. Yes, say hello, how are you? Yep. Okay. And then when we put it in our mouth, we want to get it to the back of the mouth. So the back of the tongue, the top, the bottom, roll it round, hold it, hold it, hold it as long as you can. And then when you swallow, try and take a big deep breath as you take it down. It's much easier. It's a little bit tricky to do. Women are very good at this. I don't know why. I'll leave you with that for a minute, okay? So take a big deep breath, take this down. It goes like this. Down, and then you shouldn't get any comeback, no burning, nothing coming back up. Okay, so give that a try. So this is the Dalmore 12. It's been 9 years in a bourbon cask, 3 years in an Oloroso sherry cask. It's 40% alcohol. It's very typical of the Dalmore House style. So on the nose, we're going to get lots of citrus. Dalmore House style, we get citrus, vanilla, spices, coffee, and chocolate. That's what we should be looking for in the future and the expressions that are coming up. So this one, very typical, big hits of orange in the beginning, but a very, very long, spicy finish. So lots of cinnamon, lots of cloves, quite hot, quite rich. It's a big whiskey for a 12-year-old. If you compare this with some of the other maybe 10, 12s from Speyside or whatever, you'll find them lighter, more honeyed, yeah? This is full on for 12 years. Fantastic colour. I mean, you know, for 12-year-old malt whiskey, this is just amazing. That's what I have when I get to work in the morning, okay? Sometimes in Scotland I have to wait a while for the sun to come up, but that's usually the one we have to start the day, so it's a Dalmore 12-year-old. Okay, absolutely perfect. Then when I get home from work, I'm ready from a Dalmore 15. Dalmore 15 is one of my favourites, an exquisite whiskey, okay? One everybody should have in their liquor cabinet, Dalmore 15. Everybody loves it. Every country loves it. Women love it. Men love it. Even people who like Lafroig love it. Okay. Everybody likes Dalmore 15. Okay. Absolutely exquisite whiskey. This one has been 12 years in bourbon and 3 years in 3 separate sherry casks. So this one we use Amoroso casks, Oloroso, and Apostles. So we get intense sweetness with the 15-year-old. We still get little bits of orange in the beginning, lots of citrus, but then we die away and we get sultanas, raisins, dark brown sugar, toffee, caramel, okay? It's really, really beautiful. Please leave a little bit in your glass if you can of the 15, because I'd like to come back and nose it again at the end of the mat, okay? So really lovely, one of my favorites. And that's what I'm thinking about when I'm driving home. The sherries, yeah? So 12 years in bourbon, 3 years in different sherries. So 1 year Amoroso sherry, 1 year Oloroso, 1 year Apostles. Apostles. And like the 12, it's 40% alcohol, yeah? How are we doing on that one? Everybody had one? Yep. Okay, so then we move on to the 18. So the 18 is actually the favorite of the men who are making the whiskey. So the mashman, the stillman, this is the one they like the best. It's stronger in alcohol, it's 43%, and it's had much more of a bourbon influence. This is the absolute typical house style of Dalmore, okay? It's orange, chocolate, coffee. So on this one we've been 14 years in a bourbon cask and 4 years in an Oloroso cask. 43% alcohol, so a little bit stronger. We certainly get citrus notes in the beginning, but we certainly pick up the coffee and the chocolate on the finish. It's probably the easiest of all the Dalmores to get the tasting notes from. Yeah, it's going to linger coffee and chocolate in your mouth when you've had this one. And this is what I call my onesie whiskey. Now, Martina had to explain last night what a onesie is. Can you do that for me again? It's like pajamas, you know, for babies in one piece. Yeah? But now all the adults wear them. So in Scotland, when I liked home and I light the fire, it's called, I put on my onesie, and I have Dalmore 18. This is a onesie whiskey. Okay, perfect for cold winter nights. You can see why I'm single. Okay, there's no sexy pajamas going on here. It's the big onesie, okay, and a glass of Dalmore 18. Absolutely exquisite. Oh, sorry, I wasn't, yeah. Sorry. There you go, there's the 18. So it's much bigger than the first two. It's the only whiskey ever to win 98 points out of 100 at competition level, so it's very well respected in the industry. Absolutely fabulous. It's nice and big, round, rich, but still incredibly smooth. So for people who are more into whiskey drinking, probably the 18 is the Dalmore one for you. So absolutely excellent Dalmore 18, and very much the house style. Coffee, orange marmalade, chocolate. This is perfect with venison. When you're having a meal, serve some Dalmore 18 with deer, with venison, with rich game. It goes absolutely beautifully. Okay, so that's one we like a lot. So the next one is different. It's not the house style of Dalmore. Richard Pattison has 3 passions in life. I'm only allowed to tell you about 2 of them, okay? It depends how much I have to drink. I might tell you about the other one. But whiskey is his first one, obviously, and cigars are his second one, okay? So he loves cigars. And we're fortunate enough in the marketplace that a lot of the countries that we sell to also love cigars. So Richard has created Cigar Malt Reserve. We used to have one many years ago on the market, and we took it off the market. And the Americans demanded that we bring it back. So Richard said, if I'm going to bring it back, I'm not going to give it lip service and just call it cigar malt. I really want to create something that goes perfectly when smoking a cigar. Okay. But the house style of Dalmore wouldn't do that. The sweet sherry notes wouldn't give you that when smoking a cigar. If we'd gone for something heavy, something heavily peated, like an Islay whiskey, it would fight with the cigar smoke. The smoke in the whiskey would fight with the cigar smoke, and it wouldn't work. If we went for something light, elegant, delicate, honeyed, Glenfiddich, Glenmorangie, the cigar smoke would overpower the whiskey. Okay, so we had to be very clever with this one. What are we going to do? So it's a non-age statement whiskey, okay, but the youngest in here is 14 years. We go from bourbon into sherry casks, and then finally into Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, so we use a wine barrique to finish off in. And the reason we do that is because we need those red acidic fruit notes, and that's what gives us the edge to cut through the cigar smoke. So we're talking about strawberries, raspberries, red berries, but not quite ready to eat. Still a little bit too green and sharp. And it's the sharpness that we need to cut through the cigar smoke. So you'll find the flavor profile on the Dalmore cigar malt very different to the first three. Immediately on the nose, much sharper, yeah? And certainly on the palate. It's higher in alcohol. It's 44%, this one. So it's got enough kick. Obviously, you don't have to smoke cigars, but if you are a cigar smoker, this is the one for you. It's been hugely popular in the East, Russia, and back in America. It's a huge seller for the company. But it's slightly different to the house style. You'll get it instantly on the nose. Most guys usually like this one because it's a little bit bigger, different. Can we get this here quite easily? Yeah. Yes, sir.
This was one that differ much from the first one.
Yes, the first one was 60% bourbon, 40% sherry. It's completely different from the first one. Completely different. You still got some of the first one, anyone? Got an original cigar malt? You drank it all. Good, that's what it's for. It's not for looking at. It's perfect. I hate when people say I bought a bottle 10 years ago and I still have it. Like it's a good thing. Why would it be a good thing? So that's the cigar malt reserve. Yes, sir.
This one, cigar malt, was it the same as you produced the first time?
No, I was just explaining. The first time it was 60% bourbon, 40% sherry. Okay, it was completely different. It was much younger. Not as refined as this one. So this is completely different because of the Cabernet Sauvignon, because of the wine cask finish.
You tasted it as it came to the market. You didn't know this one.
Yes, this has been out about 3 years now.
Okay.
Okay. The reason we took it off the market originally was because of the restriction of smoking and drinking in bars. We had a terrible time marketing it because our whole campaign to date had been the next time you go into your favorite bar, order a cigar malt and light up your cigar and sit at the bar and enjoy it. But then we can't do it anymore because the governments all around the world tell us, no, you can't do that anymore. So it became really, really difficult. So we had to say, order a cigar malt, go outside in the rain and smoke a cigar. It doesn't have the same appeal. So we really struggled with what we were going to do with this. So we decided to discontinue it. And we made a mistake. We did make a mistake. We should never have taken it off the market, but we did. But we brought back a better one. And that's why it's called Reserve. It's just to distinguish it from the first one that we had, yeah. But it's better anyway. You like this with water in it? Okay. Okay, so we have a lady here who's adding a little bit of water to it, and she's getting a nice experience from that. Okay? We all like a lady who enjoys a nice experience. Okay? I hope you guys remember that.